Hey, 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 welcome back. You have found us once again here at The VO Life, the podcast where we explore the art, craft, and business of voice acting. Whether you're starting out, you've been around for a while, you're looking to grow your career, you have landed in the right place. Now, today we're going to get into a critical topic for every voice actor: how to market yourself. You've got talent, you've got skills, you have gotten the coaching, you're ready to go, but how do you tell the world, I'm here and I need your business? How do you connect with these clients? How do you stand out in a very competitive industry? Well, stick around because I'm going to go over a lot of tips and insights to help you do exactly that.
Hello, voiceover friends. It is Ryder, the VO Life Coach. You've heard me as national brand voice for NASCAR, the professional bull riders, and of course, Ford Trucks. And you are listening to the VO Life Podcast. Now, pay attention.
Now back to the VO Life with Troy Holden.
One of the first things that you have to figure out as you become a voice actor is brand. As a voice actor, you are the product. Your voice, your tone, your style, all of that makes up your brand. So you have to start asking yourself some questions to be able to brand yourself. And questions like this: what makes your voice unique? Label it. Is it warm and inviting, authoritative, commanding? Perhaps versatile or character-driven? Who's your ideal client? Are you aiming mainly for commercial work, animation, audiobooks, narration, or something else totally different? And once you've defined all these things, you want to create everything to revolve around that. Your website, your demo, your social media, everything should reflect that identity. And consistency is very key. Think of your brand as the promise you're making to your clients about what they can expect when you're hired. What are you giving them? That's how you come up with your brand. Yeah, it's more detailed than that, and there are people who can help you with that. But quickly, as a podcast is supposed to be, that's how you need to look at yourself to determine your brand. The next thing that you're doing is building a stellar demo, right? You've got to have it because your demo is your calling card. It's the first thing that clients will hear many times. So it's got to be good. And here's a few tips for that. Keep it short and sweet, 60 to 90 seconds, or right in between, 75 seconds, whatever you like. There's no fit rule for that. But you don't want to be too quick, but you damn sure don't want to be too long because people get bored. Showcase your very best work on the front. Your brand has a voice. Put your very best sample of your voice, your best example of your best read, that's your first read. And then make a complete 180 on the second read where they go, wow. You know what I'm saying? Make change happen in that reel. You got to show that variety. Have different styles and tones that match your target market. And if you're aiming for commercial, make sure it's a mix. Friendly, energetic, professional. Then maybe you've got your snarky, snappy, whatever. Maybe you've got your romantic, sexy, sultry. Just make sure you have a really good mix. And your demo producer will help with that. Just don't go get one too quickly. Be sure you kind of know where you're going with it and you're putting your brand out there. Also, don't be afraid to invest in a little bit of quality. I'm not saying you have to go get a $3,000 demo, but be sure you work with a professional producer who knows the industry, who can make sure your reel sounds polished and it's competitive. You don't want to put out a crappy demo. You just don't. And remember, it's not just a showcase of your talent. It's a reflection of your business and your professionalism. Make it right. Next, you've got to start working on your online presence. This is how you market yourself, right? Let's talk about that. In today's digital-first world, having a good online footprint is non-negotiable. You have to. First, let's talk website. Clean, professional, easy to navigate, everything on the front page. Don't make me scroll. Don't make me search. I want to see briefly your social media connections, how to contact you, something very brief about you, and then your demos before I ever turn the scroll wheel on my mouse. I need to see that. Should you have all your demos on there? Yes. If you have multiple, sure you can. Testimonials? Yeah, if you want to do that on another page. But remember, the first thing they see could be the last thing they see. So give them what they need right up front. Make it easy for them to hear you and contact you right off the front page. Then start working a little bit on social media. LinkedIn, Instagram, even TikTok can be a big help for networking and showcasing your work. Show yourself working behind the scenes. Put those client testimonials up there. Give tips about the industry. A lot of voice actors do that. They go on and give tips, or they talk about what's going on or give you advice. This is what you're getting here. So you're eventually able to do that yourself, because after you do this a while, you have your experience to share, and it'll be different from mine and everyone else's. But be professional with your social media. Put up a really nice front, and remember to maintain your brand. And that all comes down to if you have a logo or you just have the signature of your name or whatever, it's always there. It's always the same. It doesn't change shape and color. And if you have brand colors that you use on your website, use those brand colors in other things. If you do stuff in Canva or Adobe Express, is it still called Express? I can't remember. It's what I use. I just don't know what it's called. Anything that you do like that, keep consistency in colors, fonts, everything. And sometimes I forget on the font. I use Railway. I've used it for a long time, but sometimes I forget when I'm doing something. And, is it that important? Probably not, but it just looks more professional because every time it's consistent. Then you can market yourself on the online casting platforms. But when you're ready, don't go too soon. Don't go on there and just audition for fun and practice. That doesn't work. We talked about that a week or so ago. But join the reputable platforms. And somebody say voices.com, they're not very reputable. Well, I do quite a bit of work there, and a lot of people do. They have their issues. They all have their issues. But them, Voice 123, some people like Backstage, there's others. But ask your colleagues, the ones they had the best luck on, and what they like and don't like about them. Don't go out in groups and ask, because you're going to get 300 opinions. But ask people you know and listen to them and go from there. How else can you market? Your network and building relationships inside the business. Now, that's a word that makes people nervous sometimes, but look, it doesn't have to be. Go to industry events, conferences, workshops, whichever. You'll meet fellow voice actors. You might meet people you'll want to coach with. You'll learn, and you are gaining friends. And keep in touch with them after the workshop. Reach out in 30 days or so. Try to get people's emails and reach out. You may even start up your own accountability group, or you may just decide there's one person or two people you like talking to, and you'll associate with them. Does that help you grow your business? You might say, what does that got to do with marketing? It just helps you overall, because networking with them will help you network with other people that you need to network with to get business, like on LinkedIn. When you're starting to connect with casting directors, producers, other professionals, buyers, production houses, people that do e-learning, just be sure you're engaging with their post and sharing your comments, and it's short, to the point, and interesting. Let's go with interesting. That sounds better. Do that, engage. That's how you make those connections, and they start seeing you, and you're popping up, and you just become familiar to them. They know your name and who you are, and this takes time. It just takes time. Always remember, when you're marketing, to follow up. After you meet someone, send them a quick thank you email or message. Build a relationship. You don't have to ask for business and all up front, but if it's somebody you want to build a relationship with, take the time to build it. Be consistent, be genuine, and it can open doors eventually. Something may come up down the road, and they say, that guy he's a nice guy. He's commenting on my stuff. I think he's a voice actor. Let me see what he can do with this. You never know. That's what it's all about. You're constantly building and marketing yourself. Stay persistent and positive. It's hard to do sometimes, but let's talk about persistence. And this is where we're going to end up today. This is where we're going to close out. Persistence. This industry is very, very competitive. Success seldom, if ever, comes overnight. So here's how you stay on track. Set some goals. Whether it's booking a certain number of things a month or improving a skill or making some leap forward, having clear goals will keep you motivated. Don't go overboard. This is not corporate America where you have to have charts and graphs everywhere and you have these 10 goals and you drill those into 200 mini goals and this becomes that. Just do a couple of simple things because this is overwhelming enough, but you do need a couple of goals every year. One that I have set almost every year has to do with moving more physically because we sit a lot or we're standing a lot if we do a lot of stand-up auditions and we're not moving our body enough. And that's one of the things that I try to make sure is a part of my routine every year. Move your body. You got to get moving. Also, keep learning. Make sure that you're taking workshops or you have a relationship with someone who is guiding you and mentoring you, and be sure you're staying up to date on trends that are going on in the industry. Things change. The reads change. We heard a lot this year that the old dead-on COVID conversational read is starting to go away maybe, and it's getting a little more upbeat and a little more personable. And we see that, so keep up with things. And if you can go to conferences, go, because A, you're going to get a lot of that networking done and build some relationships. And then B, it's going to keep you at the forefront of what's going on in the industry. Also, celebrate your wins. Everything if you did a great audition and you know it, celebrate that. You may not get the job, but know that you connected and you nailed it, and let that be a win for you. Always celebrate. New clients, celebrate. Every improvement you've made, celebrate. Whatever you're doing to move your business forward, be happy about it and celebrate that because it is a big deal. This is a tough business. Sometimes I don't realize that, some of the work that I do is not glamorous or not huge. And, there's days I'll go, man, I wish I didn't have to do that. No, celebrate that you have work because there are so many people that have been in this a few years and they're still looking to book a job. And it's tough. So celebrate every single accomplishment you have. And just remember, this business is rejection, rejection, rejection. Don't let it discourage you. Stay focused, stay positive, and just keep putting yourself out there. Don't ever stop. And, when it comes to the point where you say, all right, I can't do it anymore, and you need to walk away, it's okay. I talked to a guy just this past week, and I didn't know that he was done with VO. And he was at VO Atlanta last year. He actually was in Nashville last year, and we met up at my favorite place, Waffle House, and we had breakfast. And we had breakfast again in Atlanta at Waffle House, oddly. No, I wouldn't go there that much, but I do. But when you're ready, if you just say, I got to get out, if it's taking a stress on your body, on your life, if it's just not doing what you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't working. It's okay to leave. There's no embarrassment in that. It's your life. It's your choice. If you're done with it, you're done with it. It can, it's going to happen. And then there are other people, you see them doing well, and you're like, I don't know why I can't do as good as they do. And you can't look at it that way. There's fate, there's breaks. Some people are fantastic people persons and they can market themselves wonderfully, and they may be just average as a voice actor, but they work at it on that side and it works. There are people who have the most wonderful voices and they interpret copy wonderfully and they have the tools, but they don't want to market and they just don't push themselves out there like they should, and it doesn't work. So having the combination to do all of those things, and that's what we're talking about here with marketing. It is self-marketing. You're marketing what you can do for the client, your service, your personality. You're not marketing voiceover. You're marketing you. And that's what people have to like. So think about that as you market. Listen, I hope some of these tips help you and inspire you in your marketing journey. It's hard. And, marketing yourself as a voice actor, it's not about selling your services. Remember that. And we just kind of rambled on that. It's about building connections, showcasing your talent, and then positioning yourself as a pro. You have to be seen as a pro, not an amateur, not a guy, recording in a cardboard box. You're a pro, and you got to put that out there. Hey, if you found any of this helpful today, hey, be sure and leave us a review. If you're on Apple, Spotify, whatever, go in and leave a review. Most people don't do that much on podcast, but also make sure you subscribe. That way you get the reminders of new episodes. And a lot of times I put them out at odd times. You never know when they're coming. And if I forget to post on social media, like we ever do that, then you won't know what's out there. But if you subscribe, you'll get a notification. I know like on Spotify, it pops up on my home screen and the logo for whose podcast it is, and it'll have a green dot, I think, beside it to let me know, hey, they got a new one, and you'll go listen to that. But listen, until next time, keep working at it. Keep working on your craft. If you need to hire somebody to help market and brand you, go do that. Make that a part of your goals. Save some money up and get it done. Make it professional. Make it consistent. And remember, it's not about selling the service. Not just that. Of course, we're selling voiceover. Build connections. Build connections. Build connections. Keep on going. Market till the cows come home, because the cows are coming home. Yeah. Just keep putting yourself out there. And hey, keep living that VO life.
This has been The VO Life with Troy Holden on Spotify, Apple, Google, and more.